undertow. So toxic, but I can't get enough. You're Byron me, Byron me. Yeah, you're Byron me, Byron me. You've got me hypnotized. Push me out of myself. You've got me hypnotized. I can see, I can hear, going crazy for the light. It's got me hypnotized. You've got me hypnotized. I get you out of my hand again.
Wow, I love that song. I don't know. I always love hearing that song. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Andre Belbal's Japanese Wrestling Update on our local establishment, live for the first time. I am your co-host, Andre C. Right over here, it's the Taco Princess herself, because she's full of Taco Bell, and I know that for a fact. It's Melba. How you doing, Melba?
I am doing great, Andre. I am full of Taco Bell. It was Fat Friday today, which means this girl gets a cheat meal. And I chose my lunch to be my cheat meal. I destroyed my legs today at the gym. And what better way to reward myself than going to Taco Bell and getting 6 hard shell tacos, 2 of which are actually cheesy gordita crunches, and a fry supreme. And a nice big
Wow.
Baja Blast. Yeah, it was so good. I am so full. Astrid, saw you earlier, girl.
Hi, Astrid. How you doing? Nice to see you here. Thank you for joining us for the Japanese Wrestling Update.
Andre,
So
how are you, my friend?
I'm okay.
Mm,
Life's just in a bit of a weird spot right now. My job's about to be
Feel
not my
that.
job anymore, and still trying to figure out when I'm applying for jobs and trying to figure out what to do next. But life can be a little technical. I don't know.
Herky durky flurky durky is what it is, but at least we have wrestling.
You're one of our
Love you,
favorite people, Astrid.
Astrid.
Don't worry. You're one of our favorite people.
One of the biggest stars of OLE.
Bobby Benito, how you doing, good sir?
Bobby Stats.
How you doing, brother? Welcome to this show. I'm so glad we're finally getting to do this one live. We're gonna try to do it live when we're not at a show on a Friday, but we're always at a top. We're just like at a top talent, or like as long as our schedules work, we're gonna try to do this one live if we can, because we give up to the minute-ish news.
Sort of.
Minute-ish.
Minute-ish.
Minute-ish. Japanese wrestling news. Minute-ish. But yeah. Lots of news in the past while in professional wrestling, mostly from the American side, but we're not going to be getting into that too much because it's just not our deal.
Glorious, glorious chaos. If you want some more information on that, you can check out Astro Pizarro, my episode of Ladies Wrestling Showcase, which we just filmed earlier today, which you can find on Astro Pizarro's YouTube channel.
Yeah. Oh, I'm supposed to put something up for that, aren't I?
Sure.
I always forget.
If you it was a spur of the moment.
I'm jumping between stuff, so I'm jumping between different tabs.
Glorious, glorious chaos.
All the glorious chaos. But yeah, so we're gonna get into it. We're gonna talk some Japanese news because it's what the show is. It's Japanese Wrestling Update. So we're going to kick it off. We're talking Kazuchika Okada. AEW has made a substantial offer to Okada. And again, it's just all reports saying that AEW is really putting down the money to bring him to AEW. And I think for him, if he wants to continue to live in Japan for his wife, and so like if he wants to be a traveling person, I think that's the way to go. And Tony Khan's going to pay him handsomely. And again, PWTs was informed they have to pull his shirts down too. But it's all the shirts are. Remember, his shirts are all sold through the New Japan store on Pro Wrestling Tees. Well, so you'll have Okada merch probably going up eventually on his own. It's just due to licensing issues with New Japan, they have to have it down. So again, I think a lot of people are speculating from that it's him going soon, but it's again he's got another almost month in New Japan, or not about 2.5 3 weeks in New Japan still.
Yeah. That is a very interesting thing. And you're very right though. It's he is going essentially like out of New Japan. He is technically right now, or up until they pulled it, he was kind of with them and licensed to them. Being on his own, I mean, your name is going to be your most valuable asset. So he's going to want to have his own merch, which I hope was better than his merch in NJPW. I
Oh,
hope
me too.
not.
Mel smiled. Barry Monkey popping in. He should go to TNA. He could work for 2 weekends a month. But I don't think Anthem can match the money that Tony Khan, or I guess now who's in charge over there, it's Ari Emanuel, could pay him. Like that's the biggest thing why I don't think he would end up in TNA. With AEW, you could possibly do some one shots there if you wanted to, but again, and then a lot of reports other WWE has had talks with him. They've talked to him. And again, I don't know if there's an offer on the table. We don't know. Again, we don't know for sure with Tony Khan stuff. It's all speculation. And then the Okada thing, he's trademarked Rainmaker, and he's trademarked his name. So no matter what, he owns his name going to whatever company he goes to. So WWE can't own it and then him leave. That's the biggest thing.
Good. That makes me happy to hear. I think with Okada, I think you brought up a valid point too. If he does want to continue to reside in Japan via his family and stuff, it would be smarter to be signed with AEW and have that kind of lesser hard schedule that he could even potentially do even from Japan. I mean, cutting decent promos. He doesn't have to be in North America and stuff to build a story. So that if that's what he wants to do and still maintain, I think, a bit more creative control, it would probably be AEW. But I also feel that the WWE would be tremendous exposure. And considering having, Shinsuke Nakamura there, you got Tozawa there. Tozawa was all Japan though, wasn't he?
All Japan or DDT, I can't remember. But it's still like it's still another Japanese. Like he can sit there and speak Japanese with the guy. He doesn't have to like he's going to learn English, obviously, but I guess he's already pretty fluent. But it's still not natural, obviously. So.
Yeah. Like he has cut some promos in the ring after his matches or in preparation for some that he's actually pretty decent. Yeah, and then also having that the women's kind of like in Asuka, Kairi, and Io, there's a very distinct community that they could have there that maybe isn't so apparent at AEW. But then again, what's his name? I don't know how to say his name. The tall one.
Where?
At AEW, the one with Callis.
Oh, Konosuke Takeshita.
Yeah, that one. I still can't pronounce his name. I just call him the hot one. He's there, and he was all. What was he from? Noah? No, DDT.
DDT, yeah. So again, it's having a camaraderie. And again, Jay White's there.
Yeah.
Will Ospreay's there. He has people.
Juice Robinson.
Juice. There's a lot of guys in there. The Bucks, like he worked with them years ago. Like there's a lot of guys he's familiar with and friendly with there. And like Bobby said, I meant to go with Bobby. Bobby says, will he still wrestle in NGPW if he goes to AEW? Or if he goes to AEW? Yeah, that's the biggest thing. He can still go.
Kyle Fletcher.
Kyle
Fletcher, yeah.
Dunkzilla's there too. Mark Davis, he's just been on the shelf for the last little while. An asterisk, LOL, hot one.
What can I say? That's how I differentiate these guys. Some of them it's pretty easy. it's like I said, it depends on what it is that Okada kind of wants to do with his career. At this point, it's kind of like speculation. We're just going to have to wait and see where he pops up. I think he's going to be that kind of white rabbit, if you will, kind of once he does depart NJPW
Mhm.
officially, and once his couple of weeks are done, he's going to be like, I'm excited to see where he goes anyway.
My other tag team partner, Ed
Ed.
Frogs. How you doing, brother? Thank you for joining us here. And on the Okada front, he did put a statement. His contract expired on January, I don't know if it was 30th or 31st. So thank you for supporting New Japan Pro Wrestling for 17 years. Thank you very much. I laughed. I laughed, got angry, cried. It was great. I look forward to playing the remaining 3 games as a free agent. So like you said, he's working the 11th and then 23rd and 24th, like the post Fantastic Mania New Beginning show. So he's got a couple dates left. He's there for a few more weeks. So I think if he was going to WWE, they would have got him. They would have made a deal to get him in the Rumble. I really do think so. But again, you never know.
That is a good point. Then again, he could be their Mania debut.
Sure, there's a lot of stuff there. That's very possible. And again, especially with him owning, Triple H ain't gonna change this man's name. He's not dumb. He's not a crazy weirdo. He's gonna it's Okada. He's gonna leave it as Okada. Could he drop the Kazuchika maybe, but
maybe just Okada. Okada just works. So that's usually what I try to call him anyway. It's just easier to say.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, again, there's all those questions. What's next? And thanks to WrestleZone and Figure 4 Online for Yelp, where I found a lot of that information. A lot of great sites. Yeah, again, Revolution would be a great play if you're going to debut him. He's just finished. If he goes to AEW, shows up, he's the big announcement. He's the rainmaker that makes it rain. The money falls from the ceiling.
When's Revolution?
Revolution is March 5th, I want to say. March 3rd, 2nd or 3rd, I think.
We'll have to start organizing that watch along.
I don't know if I'll be there. Stuff.
Rude.
Stuff. Just stuff.
Sus.
And Okada and Monet. Yeah, she's confirming me March 3rd. Yeah, March 3rd. Yeah. Could be Monet.
Could be.
So
many things.
So we're gonna get off the Okada train and jump on back on the New Japan train, because we have Hiromu Takahashi will remain in New Japan for the foreseeable future. He has signed a new contract with their company. Again, I don't know, and we don't know length or anything like that, but he is going to be sticking around. And like we talked about, this guy could be a guy you move him up the heavyweight, you strap the rocket to him. He could be your next Okada. He could be your if you want a strong Japanese presence in that spot, a guy with insane charisma and in-ring ability, Hiromu Takahashi.
And you know who I would love to see him start that build on? My pick for wrestler of the to look out for this year, David Finlay. That ever openweight title.
No, the global.
Global title would be fantastic for Hiromu to pick up, because the global title means everywhere. Hiromu could take that belt everywhere, and this guy is so marketable. Marketable.
So right now he's doing all the 10-man tags right now, but on the 24th he is wrestling Doki at the New Beginning show on the 24th, and then he is coming over to the States on April 12th for Windy City Riot in Chicago, where he's going to be facing Mustafa Ali. We talked about that on a recap show from Battle in the Valley. So that, again, he's making steps, because I don't think Mustafa, while he's a smaller guy, I don't think he's going to be a junior. Yeah. I think I love Hiromu. The guy is. I was just down on him because I wanted him out of the junior division, because I want to see him do something different. That's the thing. Finlay.
Finley is doing
I,
so good right now, and he
think
could really help build up Hiromu. We saw Finley's ability to build up not only a team, but the people he works with. Finley was, in my opinion, the heartbeat of the him and Tama feud that was going on for that never open weight title in the year prior. And like I feel like he's was that silent kind of person at the tail end of 2023. He could be the person to really amp up Hiromu, and Hiromu could be a person to really amp up Finley too.
mhm.
I would love to see that feud.
Yeah, there's a lot of great possibilities for Roman going forward,
Mhm,
and I think the heavyweight division, I think, is where he should be. Because again,
mhm,
you have a big gap once Okada's gone. Your ace is winding down. Your number one guy is going away. Your number two guy is going away. If you really think about it, in Will Ospreay. Um, yes, Naito is there to lead the company. Don't get me wrong; he's great, but again, he is not long for the main event. I think, if you
no,
look at him, I think he's going to start bringing it back down after the title reign. So again, there's a lot of
mhm,
things we can do. So yeah,
mhm. So many options, so many good options too that would be beneficial for everybody.
yeah. So we're gonna move on. We're gonna talk
Mhm.
something that's very sad in mine and Melball's life. The shutting
No.
down of the Strong Spirits mobile game. We play this regularly. I haven't been played in about a couple weeks actually. Just
Oh,
jump back on the other day when we were talking about this article. Thanks to Post Wrestling was where I found it.
mhm.
Yeah, it's being shut down. This game only came out in February of 2022. Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I really enjoyed this, and I was playing it from like the beginning.
Hmm.
It was such a fun game. You got to see, you know, interviews with the wrestlers, little insights into their stuff. You got little videos, got to see how they worked out and how they didn't work out. And then they started adding stardom wrestlers as well. It was
Mm.
so fun to play, and like there seemed to be a lot of engagement. Like there was always like the events that we were doing had hundreds of thousands of people involved in them. It really disappoints me that it's going away. I really like this one as opposed to the collection one that they have.
Hmm. Well, I'm going to read the statement here. It's from PostWrestling.com. They have the translated statement. Thank you for playing New Japan Strong Spirits. We regret to inform you, as of Sunday, March 31st, 2024, New Japan Strong Spirits app will be shutting down. Everyone on the team offers their sincerest apologies for the sudden announcement. Since the game's launch on Monday, February 28th, 2022, we've done our utmost to bring you an enjoyable gaming experience. Looking to the future, we decided it would be difficult to continue providing a service that would satisfy everyone and came to the decision to shut down the game. We'd like to sincerely thank everyone for your support and offer our apologies. Again, you also have to spend money. This is a live, technically it's a live service game, so you're
Mhm.
constantly having to have people manning the servers and doing updates to it. So there's a lot of money that goes into supporting a game like this. So
Mhm.
I understand that, like, in the world that's as costly as it is, this is where I think the collection game is a lot easier to maintain.
Yeah, yeah, because like in the collection game, they like took so long to update the young lion image on the draw page that those young lions were already graduating. So like they just put up the image of like Oleg, Loibe, Fujita, and Awiwa, and not a single one of the Oleg is still there, but everyone else is gone. Like, yeah, yeah, it's not constant.
Yeah, and again, it's just when you have a game like that where you're not having to do as much as just people just collecting a card versus there's the coins, the gems. There's a lot of aspects to Strong Spirits. Um, so it's just, what do you do, right? It's sad for me, but
Mhm.
I did get to upgrade a bunch of my characters up to like fully awakened status, which made me happy. I
Yeah.
got a few of my stardom ladies are at full status because I had a few of my guys that I wanted to bring up too. But yeah,
Mhm.
it's sad. I really enjoy it.
I did too. And I also upgraded like all of my women and awakened all of them, every single one of them. I was like, with the guys. I just did the girls.
Well, I had to get my Keno to fully awakened. I because I had the
That's
Keno.
fair. I never got Keno.
Yeah.
Back.
Like if I go into like to do like the training again, the entire first 3 rows are all awakened, and I'm like, yay!
Whee!
And I awakened my Ishii because come on, it's Ishii.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Anyone who doesn't play this game is sitting there going, "What are these two talking about?"
So we're gonna jump off the game. We're gonna give you a preview of the rest, the big matches for the rest of the New Beginning tour. On the February 4th, 5th, and 11th before Fantastic Mania. There is going to be more jumping in after, but we'll talk about that as we go on because that's not going to be till after Fantastic Mania Tour, and that Fantastic Mania Tour is going to be bonkers. I know that we're going to have a lot of news coming out of that too. So
Mhm.
February 4th, though, on that show that we have, it's kind of the preview night for the War Dogs cage match on the 11th, where you have Hanare versus Gabe Kidd. You have Jeff Cobb versus Alex Coughlin, and kind of stepping into Will Ospreay's place is Callum Newman taking on David Finlay. It's kind of, yeah, I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, kid.
Well, not only like, but like, here's the thing though, Callum Newman, he's got height on Finley, I think. If I'm not mistaken, he's got an entire head of height on
Not
Finley.
sure.
I know he's taller. He's definitely the tallest person in that faction. And Finley is not the tallest member of his faction by any means.
Hmm.
But both of those guys, super, 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 super quick, super fast. Like, I mean, Callum Newman, Prince of Pace, right? But David Finlay in that threat with Moxley and Ospreay, he surprised me with the sudden just pop of speed that he could have. And I think that will actually probably be the match to watch of the 3, which is, I think, a little surprising to say because Cobb and Coughlin are going to be a freaking big, meaty men slapping meat. But
Yeah.
like 2 well-educated men slapping meat. But
And
then
then-
also Hanare, his kicks and his strikes. The kid is just unhinged.
And then the main event for that show, it is TJP and Francesco Akira defending the tag title, their junior heavyweight tag titles against Trilla Maloney and Clark Connors. So again, it's the preview night. It is definitely the preview night.
Yes, yes.
Bobby
Yes,
saying
you
David.
got the right idea.
I'm a big fan of David Finlay. He's really come around for me this year. Like I enjoyed him when he was tagging with Juice when they were Finn Juice.
Yeah.
But like when he went on his own, I kind of lost a lot of interest in the guy. But since he came
Same.
back, but since he came back with Gato, I really thought, man, this guy's really stepping it up and really showing to me. And then that triple threat is what really solidified me on David Finlay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, 100%, 100%. That match. So good. So good. Like I said, that the pace that he went and just so suddenly, just out of nowhere, it was insane. So yeah, him and Newman is going to be great. Yeah, I forgot Catch 2-2 and the War Dogs. Whew.
And then on February 5th, it's full of a bunch of multi-man. It's all multi-man tags. But in the main event, it's LIJ versus Just 5 Guys in a faction warfare gauntlet match.
Oh, yes, one of these.
I have no idea what this means, but I'm in.
Isn't it one of those like matches that's like similar to like the ones we've seen in Stardom where they just eliminate people until there's one person standing?
It could be. I'm not 100%. Usually it's an elimination match. This is a gauntlet. Usually gauntlets when you like. Usually a gauntlet is a series of like one guy pins first, another person comes up.
Right.
So like, is this like 2 guys start and whenever like if say Sonata starts it with, let's say Bushi, and Sonata beats Bushi. Then he gets another guy like from Lij. Is that how it works, or is like I don't know. I'm very confused.
Yeah, now that you mention it, I don't know either. Or is it maybe one of those like Glorious Chaos kind of rumble things where every 90 seconds they add another member of the faction until there's only one remaining? I don't know. I guess we'll find out when we get there.
I really don't know. Then jumping over to the 11th, I think this is the big show before Fantastic Mania, and then you get another big show after. We have Kazuchika Okada taking on Hiroshi Tanahashi. I think this is kind of like a nice send-off match for Okada here. Like he's still got two more on the 23rd and 24th, but still, this is a big match for him. This is his kind of, if you really think about Okada, you think about really two people, and it's Kenny Omega and Hiroshi Tanahashi. That's who he spent his career really fighting, and I think I think they need to do one more time. I really do.
Yeah, I understand the sentimentality behind it. You know how I feel about El Presidente, though. I love the guy, but man, oh man, oh man. He like walks like a toddler, just learning how to use its feet. And it breaks my heart because it wasn't like this like a year ago for him. Like he was struggling a little bit, but it wasn't to the point where we saw when he had to help bail out. Who was it? He came in with short Desperado.
Yeah,
When House of Torture was House of Torturing.
that was pretty funny.
Yeah, he spent most of the time trying to catch up with the group. It was so. This is my concern. That being said, though, as a send off, you know, when Takahashi does get in the ring, he steps up. He always does. So I'm gonna have faith, and I'm going to believe that that's going to be a great match. Believe.
And then we got a rematch for the IWGP tag titles. Rematch from their strong tag team title match in January. It's a titles against Chase Owens and Kenta. So again, I'm not saying this in a bad way. It's an American team versus an American team. Yes, Kenta is Japanese, I understand, but he lives in America. Same as Chase Owens, same as Hikuleo, same as ELP. They all live in America. So again, it's a crapshoot who's going to win this. It's just, we already saw it once for titles. Why wasn't it for both the titles? I don't understand. But are they going to break the titles up again? Do they ELP and Hikuleo keep on with them and they eventually combine them? We don't know. I'd like to know. I don't like how I understand the Strong brand, but you're not doing anything with the Strong brand other than the big events. You don't really need the Strong titles. So
That being said, I would love to see a reinvigoration of the Strong brand. I know it's not going to happen, but I would still like to see it. And if that were the case, I would prefer to see Bullet Club with it.
Yeah.
Just because it's been a while since we've had like the heels be truly dominant and Bullet Club be truly like last year was a good year for them for the tag division. But like that was just the War Dogs. That wasn't the entirety of Bullet Club. I would like to see all of Bullet Club. All the little micro factions too doing good. It can't just be ABC holding up the fort.
Well, ABC are an Impact right now, by the way. The Austin Bay Club, they're over an Impact. Yes,
I know, but they're tag champions.
True. Then we have the Wrestle Dream rematch of Zack Sabre Jr. versus Bryan Danielson on Japanese soil. I guess Zack Sabre Jr.'s home turf. This is his home turf. I know he's British. I get it. But it's his. This is his stomping ground. Is in Japan. So I cannot wait to see these two. And does Bryan get the win again? But does he beat him the right way with the submission? Like Sabre said, it took you a running knee to my face to beat me at Wrestle Dream. So because he said, beat me the best wrestler. He wants him to beat him. Like that's what it is. It's about does Sabre take a sneaky way out with a Zack driver and take a win, and then Bryan coming back to the same thing, and we get a third one, maybe it all in or something. I don't know. Like
or Euro Clutch.
You're a clutch out of nowhere. And then he can say, "Well, I beat you with a wrestling hold," and things like that. Like then Saber can get all high and mighty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's taken me, as I've said, a while to appreciate technical wrestling. Now that I do appreciate it, I tend to look forward to these matches. I just, you know how I feel about Brian. I'm trying though. I'm trying. And like the last few things that I've seen him in have actually been really, really good. I've really, really enjoyed it. What did that say? What did Bobby Stas say?
He says, really looking forward to seeing the match between, say, Dexter Virginia and Bryan Danielson.
Yeah.
It's going to be a killer match because, again, and I think you're going to appreciate this one like you've appreciated the last couple ones you've seen from him because it's Danielson doing a Japanese wrestling style versus him doing his WWE's American style that you used to see.
Yeah.
So
That seems to be what I say about a lot of these AEW guys coming over here. John Moxley, Eddie Kingston. Now, is it Brian? Brian Danielson?
Mhm.
D-Bride, da-do-da-day. I enjoy their NJPW style a lot better than I enjoy the North American style that they do. I don't know what it is. It's like the same but different. They have their signature moves that they do that everybody recognizes, but just something about the fluidity of it feels different, and I like it better.
Very much so. And then the main event for February 11th, it's the War Dogs versus United Empire 10-man steel cage match. You get TJP, Akira, Will Ospreay, Jeff Cobb, and Hanari in there against the all five of the War Dogs. In Kidd, Cogden, Finley, Connors, and Maloney. And the steel cage match last year that surprised me more than anything and was amazing was the Stardom steel cage match. I'm hoping that
the Oedo Tai versus Queen Quest.
Yeah. There was another one too right before it. There was 2 cage matches on the There was I think it was Julia Screw versus somebody. It was a triple threat. It was 3-on-3. But
Prominence, wasn't it? Prominence versus was it Stars?
I can't remember. But yeah, and then
I can't either.
But Will Ospreay also made comments on Battle in the Valley that this is going to be a bloody war. I'm expecting this to be those. I'm not saying deathmatch level, but it's going to be a bunch of guys bloody by the end of this and beating the living piss out of each other. As much as I am Empire till I die, my personal belief is that the War Dogs are going to win this because yes, 4 of the 5 members are not signed to contracts as far as we know. It's the faction whose leader is staying in the promotion. So you're supposed to do the job on your way out. So technically, Ospreay should be doing the job on his way out. But again, we don't know. I'm excited either way.
That does tend to be how NJPW does prefer to do it, except for where the Young Bucks and Omega were kind of concerned.
But even Omega went out losing, technically.
Yeah, but they always seem to even though in their losses, they always seem to be elevated somehow. It's interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, we discussed this a little bit more in detail on our Andre and Millwall Wrestling Talk about this, but yeah, it would make sense to not have the faction leader who's staying lose. But then again, on the other hand, how much of United Empire is staying? How much of United Empire is staying United Empire if United Empire stays? I know TJP has kind of thrown out there that he would be interested in taking over leadership. I think that'd be a tremendous idea based on his experience and knowledge alone. But the champion, the captain of the faction is typically that championship level dude. And I love TJP, and he does phenomenal with Catch 2. But would the leader of United Empire be an IWGP Junior champion, or would he be a contender for the IWGP World Championship? I don't know that TJP is at that level yet. And Andre, what do you think about that? Because I love TJP, but I just don't know if he's that guy.
Again, I'm a big TJP fan. I love the guy, but and again, he has experience. He has the know-how to be a leader. But
Mm.
will fans see him as a leader as that he is a junior? Like, or again, the question: what is his future? Like, does he continue in the junior division with Akira, or does he eventually move up? There's a lot of questions in
Mm.
what could be next for the United Empire and who their leader is going to be. Who, like, there's a lot of questions there.
So many. And TJ also resides in the US. His
Yeah,
family.
another U.S.
So
guy.
yeah. It we're losing people, Andre. We're losing people left, right, and center. That being said, I really do hope that the war does resign because
Oh, me too.
NJPW spent the last year really building up that entire faction. Gato, who I think has pulled in the company. I don't know where he is now in that, but like I would not think that he would let that kind of jackpot go, that it would be fighting for that. But I also think that the guys are also so loudmouthed that they wouldn't not share that they resigned. They would be sitting there going, "Yeah, I resigned and we got this much money, you losers, blah blah blah." Like they would be making fun of people. Just the kind of people they are.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
get kids out
yeah,
there
that
going, just shut up, just shut up. I don't want to talk about my contract, is what he's saying. But
which is weird in itself for Gabe Kid.
yeah, but yeah, like
Yeah,
Ash
but
was saying,
what
it
Astrid
is
says, yeah.
it is weird. But if you look at the past, a lot of the biggest contracts, like the way they sign their contracts, a lot of them sign in February. Like they sign everybody, and they usually expire at the end of January or sometime in January. Again, it depends on when they sign.
Mhm.
Like AJ Styles' deal was up then. Shinsuke's deal was up then. Okada's deal's up
Jay
now.
White.
Jay White's deal was up then. Again, there's a lot of guys whose deals come up. It's just the way they've always done structure in their deals,
Mhm.
right?
Makes
So
sense.
again, it's
It
end of
makes sense to happen after the big show, right?
and also end of fiscal year.
Yeah.
Think about that too. January 31st is the end of fiscal year for a lot of people. Oh, and Bobby T is saying, how about Jeff Cobb or Creative Con, January Premier Leader? I think Khan could do actually. He needs to rehab a little bit and kind of get back into a
Yeah.
prominent position. But being Japanese, but also being able to speak English pretty decently when you've heard him cut English promos, I
Mhm.
think he could do really well as a leader of that faction. But Cobb,
I
I think
agree.
it's the same thing as TJP. He's in America more than he is in Japan.
Mhm.
You have to have a leader. Like I know Osprey was always traveling, but you have to kind of have to have a leader there who's going to be there majority of the
Yeah.
time. Like Finley's over there a lot doing stuff.
Mhm.
So like again, it's all
Yeah.
about when do you put him in, right? Like it's who again,
Yeah.
it could be TJP, it could be Cobb. We don't know.
I think Great Khan would be a good choice because look, he's been there since the beginning. He's an OG founder, right?
Mhm.
It would make sense that Osprey would trust him the most with the leadership. But then on top of that, Ocon has been the biggest cheerleader for everybody coming out and being in people's corners, whipping their flag around, helping do the promos, being that guy on commentary. He's been a constant support for all of the guys of United Empire, whether it was, his teammates in Cobb and Hanare or the leader in Osprey or even the juniors. He's always been there. He's a constant fixture. So yeah, that would actually make a lot of sense to see him do that. But I agree, he needs a rehash of the character. Um, just because like I personally like the evil, you know, Death Lord kind of thing that he does.
Mm.
I just think it needs a makeover.
Yeah, I agree. Again, he has some work to do, and again, getting
He
himself
needs
back
some
up to a
height.
more, and they also have to build him up to a more prominent position on the card, in my opinion.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. 100%. 100%. He needs to be better than the KOPW title.
very much so. So we're going to jump into Stardom news.
Yeah.
We're going to kick it off with Empress Nexus Venus. So, Venus, not Vena, Venus.
Yeah.
Venus. So this faction formed over on January 20th. And we got the name on the January 27th show Empress. Next is Vina. Let's go. I'm all in.
Yes.
I'm all in for this. Again, I'm a giant Mina Shirakawa fan.
Mhm.
Micah is absolutely. I think you're probably one of your biggest favorites out there. Hanako,
Yes.
I think I've been a big fan of Hanako this year. This past year
Yeah.
for Rise Up, and then
Mhm.
Waka. We love Waka.
Waka, her music is just, it's come up a few times randomly on my YouTube playlist, and I just love it because, like, at first it's just like, ooh, is this a little dark, little scary? And then suddenly the beat is like, yeah, pop, pop, a pop, 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 a pop, pop, a pop, pop, pop. I love it. So good. Also Xena, not pictured.
Xena. Yeah, I grabbed the from them posing with this with the
No,
hand
that's
sign.
cool.
Yeah, and Xena hasn't been in one yet, but yeah, I think she headed back to wherever she's from for a bit. But she's planning to be
Australia?
in Japan throughout the year, so I'm excited. I'm really excited to see how this faction does this year, and yeah, a lot of good stuff. Talking about factions, we're going to. We didn't talk about this in the last Japanese wrestling update. On also on Bobby saying great to
Yeah.
see Aniko in a faction again. We talked about it in the last one. She was bitching about not getting anybody into a faction, so she got herself into a faction.
Yeah. She not only got herself into a faction, she helped be a part of the formation of one, which is arguably like cooler.
Very
Take
much
that,
so.
Yuzuki.
So, yeah, talking about factions, we have Rana. I don't think if we talked about this on the last one. Rana
No.
joining God's Eye. So five-person team for God's Eye now. Filling out the roster there. They were the team that was just the trio for the longest time. They added Saki, and now they're adding Rana again. They're building up.
Konami.
Oh, Konami. But again, I always looked at Konami as kind of like
She's kind of a part-timer, but she's still there.
I looked at her the same way I looked at Saki with Stars with Cosmic
Cosmic
Angels.
Angels, yeah.
I've always looked at her as she's a member, but she's like a part-time member. That's the way I look at
That's
Konami.
fair.
She's a part-time member, but like of your main members, you now have you're 5 strong in that faction now. So
You
and
got
then
3. No, go ahead.
oh, as you say, there's also the Inaba sisters who are listed as part of this faction,
Exactly.
and other stuff. So they are there again, but again, I also look at the Inaba sisters again as part-time members of the faction because they're not there regularly.
Yeah, they're a part of, is it Michinoku? Or just tap out?
Just tap out.
Yeah. This right now, I think, is a very good decision for her. I want to see her because she's already got a very, very good kind of, for me, it's got to be a well-rounded kind of thing. You got to have that great in work. Oh, yes, Alice Inc., Hurricane, Scandinavian Hurricane, also a part of God's Eye. Thank you, Bobby. Bobby stabs with the fact on that.
Yeah, you are right, Bobby. She is, and
Yes.
I forget about her because her joining was kind of in a spot where we were kind of taking a break too. So
Yeah. Follow her Instagram. She's always proud of it.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, this does make sense right now for me. Rana has that karate kind of styling background. Sori also has that. The Inaba sisters also have that. I feel that this is the best place for her to develop that in-ring ability of that karate because she's already integrating it very, very well. But there's always room to learn more, and who better to learn under than Suri? That being said, I still want to see her be the Ren Narita of this group and start off in here as like the nice girl, does everything good with the kind of angelic team who's like traditional and honor and all that stuff. And I do want to see her turn on them and join Oedo Tai. So I feel like Oedo Tai has a big eclectic like melting pot of styles in there. And though Momo Watanabe does have that striking kick background, she doesn't do the same style that Rana does. Rana really, she uses her hands a lot. I feel weird doing this, but like she does have that very straight up karate style that I feel Oedo Tai does not have. And I feel that she would be a perfect fit for it. Because could you imagine her and Rina tagging together and potentially going after those new blood titles as like, the little devil and whatever she decides the I don't know what she could figure out. We'll have to figure out what she could be as we get to know her as she grows with God's Eye. But I'm excited for this.
Yeah, again, there's so much potential with
Yes.
what Rana can do, and that's the biggest thing about it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
She's already got such a good range of facial features.
Yep. So we're gonna pop it back over to Mina Shirakawa again, and she did challenge Mayu Iwatani this past weekend for the IWGP Women's Championship. She wants a shot at that title. It was following the Sendai show, and she wants, and like she did have she did express interest about a year ago when Monet was champion, but she never got a title shot. And in this, she did say, "I challenge you for the IWGP Women's title. I need this belt to spread my wings to the world. I'll get it." Mayu's been champion since April last year at Dream Queen, or not Dream Queen, All Star Queendom.
Yes, yeah.
Where she beat Monet for the belt and become the second champ, or from the third champion. Yeah, because Kyrie, or who was first? Kyrie was first.
Kyrie, yeah.
Kyrie was, become the third champion, and she's had a few defenses, but I think Mina could do something different with this belt, and and she's expressed interest in traveling, in wanting to come to America and do some stuff for Stardom. And they have that big Stardom show in America in April, so there's a lot of potential.
Mariah May.
There you go.
Obvious connection to AEW there. And like Mina can speak English. So she could come over, cut her own promos. Heck, she wants to. She is asking for it. Who be to keep the lady from getting what she wants?
Yeah, I want to see, because again, I'm a giant Mina Shirakawa fan. I'm a homer there for that. But again, we'll see. It's been let down for stuff in the past with Mina, because this company just doesn't want to treat her like she should be treated. But I think I think she could be a great person to be going and doing New Japan shows, coming into America, AEW show, because again, she can communicate so well with the American side. She can communicate so well with the New Japan side. Again, it's I think it's just the right fit right now.
And don't let the pretty pastels fool you on her. She can wreck your day. That spinning back fist that she does is just brutal. On top of that, she's got the submission background. She's got the power background. She's a striker. She's all around just a really, really great wrestler. But then she can also act. The range and variety in facial expressions that she has, both when she's cutting promos and wrestling, is just so good. They've really kented her this year. I'm not happy about it. Right, yeah, Xia Brookside, yeah. Love having you around, Bobby. You keep us in the know.
Thank you, Bobby Stats. Thank you, brother. But yeah, again, there's a lot of potential in what she could do as IWGP World Champion, because you've had one. I think she's only I said a few defenses, but they've all been in Japan except for Vaquer.
Vaquer, yes.
No, not even Vaquer. It was a Vaquer. Who did she just defend against on the?
Oh no!
Yeah, it was Vaquer. It was Vaquer at the Showdown show last fall. The
Lone
Star Shootout.
Right?
Lone Star Shootout. Yeah. So again, and then speaking of this title, in the future it may hold, Suzu Suzuki. I got the best picture. That picture is awesome. She has set her eyes on the IWGP title. She lost to Maika at Dream Queendom, not getting able to get the title. And she did say to Ryuzu Komoto of Tokyo Sports, thanks to WrestleZone for posting this, she wants to bring her path and start winning and working towards getting the IWGP title from current champion Mayu Iwatani. But again, it could be Mayu, but it could be Mina. There's a great potential here, man.
I mean, and depending on whatever tournament, if she goes through a tournament coming up, she might have to wait. And then what happens if, the next challenger in between there loses? And it could be somebody else completely.
Yeah, because again, they're going to
I am
face
looking
off on
forward to it, though.
because they're going to face off on February 4th in
Mhm.
she's going to face off with Mayu Iwatani in a woman tag match. So there's a lot of potential there. Yeah, and yeah, you're right, Bob. It's awesome that she's dying because again,
Good taste.
she needs to be towards the top of the card consistently. And right now, Micah is the champion, but like I don't know if the Wonder title is the right style for her right now.
Mm-mm.
But
No, she's world title material for sure.
but I want to see Mina getting that IWGP run for a little bit too. So again, it all depends. Yeah.
Interesting thought. Wouldn't it be interesting with Julia potentially doing her exit? Wouldn't it be interesting to see her drop the NJPW Strong Women's title to her good friend and trusted colleague? Not you, but Suzu Suzuki. Are you okay? Is your brain exploding?
That would be
in
awesome.
excitement?
It was breaking with excitement. That would be awesome.
That would be awesome because that match would that match would be great. Oh,
Yeah.
that would be a fantastic match. That could be a potential match of the year match.
Mm. And then speaking of Mayu Iwatani, as we were talking about the IWGP title, she recently did an interview talking about an upcoming movie that is a biopic of her life. She talked with Ryuzuki Kimoto of Tokyo Sports. Thank you to WrestleZone for posting this. Hold on. If she doesn't go to oh my god, her and they could both be in WWE in a few months, and that sounds fucking exciting.
Yeah, that would be great. That would be a killer match. Because Camille, she's very, very good at countering that lucha kind of style, and Julia kind of will pull out that kind of swingy reversal stuff, and I would love to see that. That's a great idea.
Mm. Again, yeah, because we have. Let's get back to she has her biopic Runaway Wrestler, which will be showing in cinemas in Japan coming up in May. She's talking about it. She's been getting offer from places to come do speaking engagements about what's coming up in the movie, things like that. She's also been getting offers from IT companies and schools to give lectures there too. So again, it's about building your dreams and doing that kind of stuff and like working. So again, there's a lot of. I hope we can get a copy over here in America of this with some subtitles. I would love because I do know her story. If you want to know her story, there's a show called The Wrestlers from Vice TV. If you're in Canada, it's on Crave. Or no, it's on Crave. It's on Tubi. Used to be on Crave, but it's on Tubi. It's free there. It's one of the free ones on Tubi. It is. David Abraham went to Japan to do an episode all about women's wrestling, and Mayu Iwatani was a big focus. He was telling her story, and her story is insanely like where she came from her home, and she was very much like the quiet, introverted person who didn't go out much, and then got into professional wrestling, and just her life just exploded from there. And again, it's a beautiful story that I want to see done well. And David Abraham did a great job with The Wrestlers, but I would love to see him more expanded, talk about her home life, talk about the build up, talk about all these years. That one was from 2017 when he did that. So to see and to talk about the last few years too, like going to America, working with Ring of Honor, working and doing all this stuff, and then what she's done as the final and last pillar of the original pillars of Stardom. Like,
yeah, it's crazy to think that she's in one of the original pillars just because she's so young.
Yeah, she's still
so young,
but she's been wrestling since 2011. Like she was on the first show from Stardom. I think we talked about this on the last show, but yeah, it's crazy. And then the final news item that Mel knows about, we're going to talk Tekla. We're going to just, she's looking to take some time off from wrestling, and her Stardom contract's up soon. Yeah.
Why though? Why though?
Yeah. So
Why we
thank
gotta do a mouth all like this?
Yeah, so thanks to Post Wrestling for the article. A lot of great information in there, and the author is Andrew Thompson. Love that guy. I listen to these guys constantly. But yeah, like she's talking about with the group disbanding. She wanted to take some time off, rest some injuries, just take some time off to just for personal to reflect on some stuff, play some music, do some other stuff because she's a musician. She's an artist. She does a lot of stuff, so she's taking time for other
Mm.
And with the contract expiring, she's talking about possibly going overseas to do some wrestling over here, go to Europe, do some wrestling there. It's possible. WWE, AEW, and TNA. But it could be she just wants to, yes, we will very much miss Thekla in the stardom ring.
Mhm.
But
I
it's
don't
also,
want to see her go.
no, but it's, she may not sign with anybody. She might just go on a tour, work some places, then come back. Like that might be
Sure.
what she wants to do, and I'm fine with that too.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Same, same. I want to see her expand, be happy, but also selfishly, I would love the opportunity to be able to see her wrestle live, whether
yeah,
it's on a big stage or a small one. I don't care. I just want to be able to see her wrestle.
yeah.
So I don't care where I need to go.
Thekla, you bring her over
Just
to Nutrient, she can work. Like again, they are very much a
jump
male
right there.
company, but you can have her work Mayu Itani there. You can have her work
Mhm.
Julia there. Be I mentioned Thekla and Julia before Julia leaves. God damn, that'd be
Could you imagine Thekla and Stephanie Valkyrie? Speed of those two, combined with the lucha background of Stephanie, and then the crazy, unique style of Thekla there. Ooh, that would tell a great story because they
yeah,
both have such attitude.
yeah. Again, there's
I'm
lots
also
of
just a big Valkyrie fan, clearly.
So yeah, but before we go, I want to bring up one more thing that Mel doesn't know about, and I want to talk about the February
Oh,
4th Stardom show, the Supreme Fight 2024. I figured we should preview this because it's happening in 2 days. Oh my God, Tekla and Trish Adora. Trish Adora's match with Julia was amazing, so I'd love to see her go it out with
so good. Yes. Bobby,
So
why aren't you booking somewhere?
I wish he was booking there. Yeah. So we're gonna just quickly go over the card. So in a pre-show match, you have Mai Sakurai versus Hanako versus Rana Yamagi. Interesting little trio of a triple threat there. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah. We don't see money flying.
Money flying. Then you have
Mhm.
God's Eyes, Ami Saray, and Saki Kashima taking on stars, specifically Wingori, Hanan, and Saya
Ooh,
hmm
interesting. Interesting. Kashima will spend most of her time hiding.
Yep.
Mirai will spend most of her time trying to convince
No,
Kashima to tag in.
it's Ami. Ami. She's with Ami.
Oh, sorry, Ami. Yeah,
Yeah.
Ami will spend most of the time trying to convince Kashima to tag in.
Yep. And then on the main card, the first match is going to be Yuzuki, the new girl, Yuzuki. Uh,
Harura?
yeah, I think no, just
Yuzuki. Oh, Yuzuki from Stars. Yeah.
Yuzuki from Stars taking on Rina from Oedo Tai for the future
Ooh,
championship.
that'll be good. That'll be good. Rena's very, very good at bringing out the best in anyone she steps in the ring with. That'll be great.
I'm very much looking forward to that. Then we got a 6 person tag match. Lady C, um, Miyu Amasaki, taking and I think it's Sayaka Kurumi, which is one of the new girls, taking on Natsuka Tora, Momo Watanabe, and Ruaka.
I don't know who that third one in Queen's Quest is. What was her name?
Sayaka Kurumi, she just debuted in the last couple months. She's pretty new.
Is that Kura? It's not Kurara, right?
Maybe it's Kurawa. I don't know. It's also I'm also reading off the Japanese website translated to English, so some of the names don't translate properly.
Oh,
So,
it could be Kurara. It's probably
yeah.
the mermaid girl.
Yeah. Okay.
Kurara.
Mermaid Girl. Yeah, it does look like her. So yeah, I apologize again.
No,
So
that's fine.
yeah, for like just some of these people, their names just change in such a weird way on the site when it translates it directly. It just messes me
I
up.
know. Rana sometimes changes to like Rauna for me when I see some of those. It's weird. Anyway, sorry, continue. We're getting off topic.
Are we? Are we really?
Are we really off
Yeah.
the rails?
And then you have the Tam Nakano return match, tag team match. Tam Nakano and Yuna Mizumori taking on EXV, Mina Shirakawa, and Waka Tsukiyama.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. You're supposed to say yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh, diggity dang it. Oh, that concerns me so much because
Yeah.
Tam Nakano returning, that's incredible. And teaming with Yuna Mizumori, I hate to say it, but Yuna Mizumori, unfortunately, right now is the Taka Michinoku of Cosmic Angel, so she's kind of like taking falls. Awaka, Awaka
Same
is
thing.
also the Taka Michinoku of that. So I'm like, nah. What? Here's the thing, though. This is what really conflicts me. It wouldn't make sense to have Waka lose because Hanako and her are trying to challenge for the New Blood titles. It wouldn't be smart to have them lose.
Not on a big
But
show.
no, but then, Tam Nakano's returning. You can't have her team lose either. That's not going to look great. But then who does that leave? Mina? We cannot keep sacrificing Mina.
No. I think I'm
No.
hoping for Yuna to take the pinfall on this. And yeah, it is nice to see Tam back. 'Cause again, like we were
Mm.
worried. She had a spinal issue, and I was like, ew, God, don't want to mess with that too much.
You know what? And what I just thought of would make sense in this. Bobby's a free agent. Ooh, that means you cost money. Lots of money. Charge lots. What I think would be the best idea for this match, time limit draw.
Yeah, actually, that'd
This
be
would
perfect. 15-minute
it
time
would
limit
make
draw.
sense. Yeah,
Yep.
it makes all of them still look strong. It looks all of them still look unbeatable. It doesn't take away the momentum from Waka or Mina or Tom or Yuna, who I think has been doing tremendous in the last little while with the absence of Natsukoi and Tam Nakano. So yeah, cool. That's a
Yep.
fun match. That's gonna be interesting.
And then for the high speed championship, you have
More.
May Sarah defending against. Just take a guess who she could be defending against.
Oh, I know this one.
Wild
She
guess.
just fought. She just fought Fook. Who has she been fighting with lately? It's not Starlight Kid, is it?
Hazuki.
Uh,
I didn't get the song quite right, but
I now understand what you were trying to do. Yes. The saxophone. Yes.
no, it's like her old
Yeah.
theme. That was so good.
Yeah, the best song in professional wrestling in Japan. In Japan.
Elevated, still the best.
And what?
Elevated.
That's yeah. Okay, so in women's wrestling over there then.
Okay. Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Yeah, Hazuki and Mei. Oh, that's going to be great. Hazuki is super fast. Mei is super fast. I mean, she had a tremendous match with the clown. And I do appreciate the clown a little bit.
I did. I actually didn't mind that one too much.
So we can just say Mei is magic. Hazuki is magic. Magic.
Yeah. And then we get the Stardom 13th anniversary special 8-person tag match. Mayu Kani teaming up with Nane Takahashi, teaming up with Azumi and Utami Hayashishida of Queen's Quest, taking on. So I'm going to go through this from bottom to top, I guess. Mirai, Suri, Suzuki, and Julia.
Oh, god dang. Oh, gosh dang.
Julia and Suri tagging together.
Again. The
Mhm.
girls are back in town.
Yeah.
Yes.
That 8-person tag is insanely appealing for that show.
Mm. Yes.
Yeah.
Great way to end that show. Holy heck.
Oh,
Wait,
no,
is that
it's
the end of the show?
Oh, there's still 2 more. So you have your
Oh my
Wonder
god.
of Stardom Championship match. You have Sariano defending against Starlight Kid.
Oh, that's where she is.
Mm-hmm. That's
Right,
going
right,
to
right.
be that is literally a high-speed Wonder title match.
That's going to be great. I have been really on the Sarianu train
Mhm.
this last half of the year, especially. She's doing so good. That's going to be such a great match. Holy heck.
And then your main event of the evening, World of Stardom
Mm.
Championship, it is Micah from EXV taking on Saya Kamitani from Queen's Quest. I am down for this. Let's go.
Oh, so good. Oh, that's going to be so good. So
Rep.
good.
Rep.
Trying to
Yeah.
remember which
You
hand
did
is which.
You did it. You did it.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am definitely expecting a Micah retention on this. But
Me
I
too.
think that this is going to be a tremendous showing, yes, for Kamitani. I'm looking forward to see if she has new gear, new robe, because I really do like the gold one. But she always brings out something special for these big shows.
Mhm.
A no sky sparkling, her face this time, for the love of all things holy.
Mhm.
Please don't do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm expecting this to be just power from Micah and just exactly what we expect from Kamitani. She's another one that has that unique styling where she can transition, but she can also pick you up and toss you around if you're within a certain size. But then she can also the aerials that she does are so good. They're not really like lucha, but they're close. They're lucha border. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm glad that makes sense.
Yeah. Sure. I'm going to say. But we've come to the end of another episode of Japanese Wrestling Update. Until we get a better name, it's the JWU. It's a Japanese Wrestling Update until we get a better name.
Hey, we'll make it work.
So, yeah, you can find me, this guy, on the X Master on Blue Sky and Hive at That Canada Guy, TikTok, Instagram, and Threads at That Canada Dude. You can find me on our Facebook page at Andre Melball Wrestling Talk. If you want to watch more content from me and Mel, go to youtube.com/at Andre and Melball Wrestling Talk, where you can find us over there doing all of our NJPW reviews, our Stardom reviews, our other reviews, our Chop Talk. We talk independent wrestling here in Alberta. We'll be having another episode of that coming out this week, this upcoming week, because we're going to be going to an RCW show tomorrow featuring Son of Irish versus the again. Alberta wrestling legend, in my opinion, Kamikaze. I'm super excited to see Kamikaze again for the first time in like I don't know how many years.
Yes, and they have a big old rumble going on too.
They do.
Lots of people coming for that.
Yeah, so check out the YouTube page for all of that. If you want to see us if you want to listen in audio form, go over to SundayNightMainEvent.com or Patreon.com/SNME Radio. You can find us in audio form over on. We're teaming up with SNME to put out all of our audio over there. Why are you laughing at me?
The comment, sir. The comment.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm in the other page. Great at Chop Talk. What? I don't
you know what you did. You know what you did.
Okay. You can find me here on doing the MC Rebound along with this show, twitch.tv/Our Local Establishment, youtube.com/at Our Local Establishment. You can find us on TikTok and Instagram at Holy Podcast. I still don't understand what I did wrong. I really
You
don't.
you had some strong opinions on our last episode of Chop Talk.
Oh,
You
oh,
definitely want to go check that out.
oh yeah. I feel bad in a way, but I don't at the same time. Let's just say that. Yeah. Oh, so it added ad. I was wondering like grape at Chop Talk. I didn't understand, but grape Chop Talk. Thank you very much.
Yes. It was a fun episode.
You can also find our videos over at Mike the Rest channel, youtube.com/@backbreaker video. Check that out over there. Check us out. Simulcast all our stuff over there. Melba, where can they find you?
If you're wanting to follow Melba, you can find her on the X thing at Collins Melba. You can find her on everything else: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, and Blue Sky at Melba Collins. You can also find me on Astrid Pizarro's YouTube channel, where we do our show, Ladies Wrestling Showcase. It's a show dedicated to the ladies. We did one earlier today where we talked about some of the controversial things coming out of WWE, but also some of these amazing things coming out of Stardom and the amazing Rumble winner Bayley. So go check that out. If you're wanting to watch Stardom or NJPW, we will leave links in the description box below. It is njpwworld.com or stardom-world.com. It is 999 yen, or approximately 10 Canadian. Shout out Sean Spears, but it's more like 950. According to this guy over here, still a great price to watch some American amazing professional wrestling. I hope you're not mad at me, my friend. I did the exact same spiel on Astrid's show earlier with the Ladies Wrestling Showcase, because we always got to be getting people to watch Stardom Wrestling.
I came mad at you because I didn't watch because I was at work.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. My trusted friend and colleague, do you have anything else to say to the beautiful people?
I just want to thank all of you for joining us here. We really do appreciate it. Please, if you're on the YouTube, subscribe to the channel, like the video, all that fun stuff you do over on YouTube. And if you're on Twitch, please, if you want, follow the channel. And if you really want to give us some dollary duos, make a little subscribe. We'd appreciate it. But thank you all so very much for all the great support. We have really enjoyed doing our first live Japanese wrestling update. Good night, friends.
I love you, Astrid.
I do too.
So, that being said, you have anything else to say?
No, I said thank you.
Well, you did. It was open ended. I am your Melba, and over there is Andre. We will see you next time. Adios.